Hi, this is Dawn Olszewski of DOstampingwithDawn.com, and today's How'd She Do That? I'm going to share a fun collaging technique along with Stampin' Up's masking paper. Isn't these gorgeous? I love the way these cards turned out. They use the same technique. It's just that one is a little fuller than the other. I can't decide which one I like. I kind of like white space, but this is gorgeous too. So what did we use for this? It's called True Beauty. This is a bundle in the annual catalog. I was drawn, completely enthralled with this stamp set when it came out, and I had to have it. And it has not disappointed. These flowers look so beautiful. I absolutely love them, and there's dies that coordinate with them as well, and we've got a handful of sentiments. So this is a great kind of all-around set for whether you're a beginner or you're an avid stamper. Another thing that comes in this one, ooh, I know, this is so cool. So you get this kind of lattice die as well. So yeah, awesome. So now one of the things that I'm going to talk about next is the masking paper, because that's, to get started on this one, we want to have our masks already pre-done. Now, because we have dies with this, I know, so we use the 5-petal die, this larger die here, and this die, and I've already pre-cut them out of, this is the masking sheet. So the masking sheets, the masking paper comes in a pack of 12. These are 5 by 7, and there is a seam, here I can show you the seam on this one, perfect. There's a seam that goes right down the middle so that you can easily pull these apart. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this one apart. Now, depending on what area you live in, these might be a little over sticky. Maybe the humidity makes them a little sticky. I'm not sure, but you can use your hands, kind of pull some of that stickiness off. Or on this one's still a little sticky. I'm going to keep doing that. All right. Well, and then of course we want it sticky. Now it's going to stick. There we go. Now this one, I've already started to peel away. So this one didn't land on the seam. That's this one here. So if you start to just pick at the edges a little bit, it'll start to come off. All right. Now this one, I'm going to actually, you can't see it, but I'm putting it on my shirt. And I actually kind of like the way it does that. So there you go. We've got them ready. I'm going to put this one on my shirt too. And this one I'd already done on my jeans. So we'll set this aside because now we're ready to get stamping. So I'm going to put all this aside and pull in the inks and images that I'll be using from the set. All right, so this is the full supply list that I'm using today. And we talked about these two already, and I'm going to cover the inks and the colors. And then the one last thing is that what we'll use at the end is the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. All right, so I'm going to set that aside, but you could take a picture of that if you wanted to. Just stop your video and grab it. And here we are. So this gorgeous, absolutely stunning color combo, I was inspired by something I found on the web. And, you know, there's great places to find color combos, whether you find them shopping or in magazines or, you know, just browsing the web. That's where this one came from. So we are going to use, I'm just going to stack them, Rich Razzleberry for the large one, Mary Merlot for the rose, and Cajun Craze for the 5-petal flower. So I'm going to push these aside. And then all of my greenery is going to be done with crumb cake. So these are the 4 greenery pieces I'm using, and we're going to do crumb cake in those. All right, so I'll set those over here. And what you need to get started is, this is a 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 piece of basic white. So we're going to start. I'm going to show you some tips here on the cards that I stamped here. So the one that I did first is typically, we're going to start with this one, okay? But you could start with whatever. I would start with one of these two is what I would recommend, okay? But I'm going to start with the biggest one. And that is this with Rich Razzleberry. And then once we've stamped this, I want to make sure it's dry. It's a little humid where I'm at right now. I think like roughly right there. Now, another thing about this kind of card is you're going to be tempted to make multiples, and because you're going to fall in love with this. So you don't be disappointed when all your cards look a little different, because you can hardly make the exact same card each time. So I'm going to go ahead and close this up. Sometimes I got to push and, well, maybe I'll close it up later. All right, make sure this is dry. And we're going to go ahead and put this on here. So I want to talk a little bit about the masking. Okay, so I've placed that on there. Now, if you can see that some of these images, like these images, I pulled the mask very close to the end of the image. And other times I just covered this with the image right in the center, and I got little gaps. Now, at first I thought I didn't like those gaps, but I don't mind the gaps. So just be, I just want you to be aware of when you're doing the masking, what kind of outcome you're going to have with it. And you're going to find what you like the best. Okay. All right. So we're done with this. Now we're going to go ahead and do the rose in Mary Merlot. Make sure it's inked up. There we go. All right. Now, I want it to hang over a smidge, not too much. All right. And then we're going to leave this mask on. Now we're going to add the second mask. And that is our 5-petal mask, which is right here. Nope, that's the last mask. I'm just going to put these over here. So this one may take you a little while to find. Oh, look at that. I found it right away. That doesn't always work like that. So you can see as I put this down, there's more of a gap there. You can see that underneath there. So if you don't like too much of a gap, you'll just want to adjust that a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right, now this last flower color is Cajun Craze. And so not only am I going to continue with the masking and the collaging, but I'm also going to do some stamping off. And what that means is I'm going to come in and I'll stamp here. And without re-inking, I'm going to, oh, I inked it up. So stamp off means stamping on something and then getting a secondary color out of it with the second generation, if you want to call it. All right. Now, we're going to go ahead and use our last mask here. And if you wanted, you could do 2 masks of this. But for now, I'm just going to use the one. Let's see. I'm thinking it goes like this. Yep. I'm going to put this on here. And now this is where we're going to add all of our, there we go. We're going to add all of our greenery, if you will. All right. Now, we've got a couple different kinds. So we've got the stem with leaves. We've got the traditional type of leaves. And we've got this kind of, well, I don't know, ferny sort of look. And let's see, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to start with this one. and get out my crumb cake. And I'm going to stamp this like right here. And then what you can do is also some additional stamping off if you want. For now, I'm just going to do that one there. I'm going to stamp off on this one, and this one's going to go right here. All right, I'm getting a little ink edge, but luckily we're collaging, so that doesn't matter so much. But I'm going to go ahead and clean that. That just adds to the look, actually. Let's see, where else? Oh, I'm going to do this. No, I'm not quite ready for that. So I want to add some of this, all right? And I definitely want to stamp off beforehand. I wanted this to be more of a subtle image. So we're going to put one right here. And then we're going to stamp off again. We're going to put one up here. Cute. And then I'm going to take this one off, and we're going to use it down here. If you can find the 5-petal thing again. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Okay. Now I want to use this one again. Okay. I think I'm going to use this one full strength again. So we're going to come in like this. Okay, so note, I'm trying to leave some space down here for my greeting. I could have stamped my greeting first. There's an idea. And this one I'm going to stamp off. It's going to go right here. Okay, are we ready to take a look? Woohoo! This is the exciting part. So I'm going to go ahead and pull off all of these masks. Let's see. I'm going to go, I think I'm going to use my take a pick tool here and help with that. There we go. I'm going to save these. I'm going to put them right in my my box, my stamp box. There we go. I'm going to just get all the edges up. Oh my gosh. I love the reveal. Isn't that cool? Because right now, it just, you know, before we started taking them off, it looked a little messy. I love, love, love this. Isn't that just gorgeous? So we're going to go ahead and put our greeting down here. And I have two choices. I have Just Because, or I brought out You're a True Friend. I think, well, either one is nice. So let's try You're a True Friend. Let's see. And I'm going to use Mary Merlot for that. And that's the Rich Razzleberry. All right. Beautiful. All right. Super easy and fun. I recommend, honestly, I recommend having a couple going because you're going to want to make a few of these. And we just finished it off very easily. I wanted the showcase of this card to be the stamps. So again, see, this one is what I'll call more busy. And this one has a lot more white space. So either one is beautiful. It's just your preference. So this gets attached to a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Mary Merlot, and it gets then added to a base of a crumb cake, 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, folded in half. Now, for the last piece, on here. I did add, you can see them, some of those iridescent jewels. You might not need them, but they do add a little class to it, don't you think? So I'm going to put that there. Actually, you know what? Let's move this over a little bit so you can get a final look at this. Now I have 3 finished cards to show you. Well, actually 3 finished panels. Cute. So I hope you enjoyed that. I think that you're going to have so much fun. If this isn't your color combination that you fall in love with, pick something else. This is perfect for the upcoming fall. And man, they make beautiful wedding. Sorry, I'm off on a tangent now. That's the way I tend to get. So if you want to shop with me, you can do that at my store. I'll put the link down below, but I also have a link on my blog at DOstampingWithDawn.com. All the supply lists and measurements are on my blog. The supply list will be found below in the description as well. And I think that's it for today. So thank you so much and have fun with the collage and masking technique. Bye now.